So they're going to need to be able to find more, especially not being able to coordinate team fights. You cannot survive in the LPL if you cannot team fight.
Absolutely. When you go against those top teams, they are going to destroy you 5v5 if you don't have the team fight coordination down. We're into Champ Select though, and immediately a lot of bans going on towards Xiaobai. The Thresh ban and that set ban both aimed at Xiaobai.
And Suning have been the team that have always prioritized the Ashe, but with the Aphelios open, it's going to be a bit of a question mark. Do they go for the Aphelios, or do they just prioritize the pick potential?
I'm kind of telling a bit of a porky there when I say about the set ban. It's actually more at Fenfen than it is at Xiaobai. Fenfen has been playing a ton of that set in the mid lane and facilitating himself to just move around the map. Our first pick, though, is going to go towards this jungle for SofM with the Graves.
Man, I'm actually quite surprised. It's obviously been Wei's most played champion, to where SofM, it's one of his least played, so definitely more of a takeaway on the side of Suning. And eStar prioritizing the Ashe over the Aphelios. This has been a champion that huanfeng has also looked very good on, so really interesting change-up in draft.
Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one, but Fenfen's sticking to his style with this Karma here because he's only played it once, but when you look at his top champions, it's the Galio, it's the set, it's these things that can just get out of lane, get elsewhere, and help the team. Karma going to facilitate exactly that, but also kind of a takeaway from the side of Suning when you do have this Graves as well. It's a great combination.
True, but not much of an Angel-style champion. The weird thing to me, though, Munchables, is we had Aphelios open, and neither team wanted Aphelios. True. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, we had Varus and Kalista banned, Aphelios left wide open, and we're actually seeing this Ezreal once again. It feels like Ezreal has really fallen out of favor in the LPL a little bit, ever since the Yuumi nerfs perhaps, but huanfeng, definitely one of the premier Ezreals in the LPL.
To be fair, though, he's relied much more on the other two. He's played 9 games of Aphelios, 5 of Ashe, only 3 of Ezreal. And it's not a champion I'm all too high on, especially against the Ashe, because we know they're going to be losing out in bot lane priority, and it's going to give eStar a lot of onus to make the plays, when that was what Suning were relying on to start finding these wins.
Well, we've been blasting through the picks here, as we've got a jungler on both sides and the bottom lane, so it's only solo lanes remaining. Unless that Karma does go to the mid lane, we could still see that flex between support and mid. The Jace banned away here by eStar. And we'll see where Suning are going to go with their bans. Who they want to focus.
I expect them to ban out, I was going to say supports, but instead taking away Xiaobai's Ornn. It does make sense because Xiaobai definitely has the smallest champion pool in the team as compared to Xiaobai, who plays, a ton of champions, but definitely feels like Xiaobai would probably want to go towards something like the Nautilus in this comp.
It's worth mentioning as well that both of these top laners love the Wukong. We've had 7 Wukong games from Xiaobai this split. We've had 4 Wukong games from Bin this split. So that could be a very contested pick as we get to the latter half of the draft. I wouldn't be super surprised to see Suning just banning that off the board, honestly.
It makes sense because Bin's champion pool isn't that small. Xiaobai has played Wukong, Ornn, Volibear, and Mordekaiser, so not having all too big of a pool.
So we'll see if they are going to go for that Wukong ban, or if they just allow it through and maybe go for a counter pick as well. We have seen a few things that do go well into the Wukong.
And Bin's champion pool does have champions it's going to, because Bin is the type of player who is willing to pull out something like a Jax, which does quite fine in that matchup.
I mean, he's played Jax, he's played Sylas top, he's played Camille as well. Like, Bin is happy to go in whatever direction his team needs.
I have seen Xiaobai solo queue recently, and he is pretty much exclusively spamming Volibear. He's pretty much become a Volibear one-trick in Korean solo queue.
Well, Volibear is damn strong in the top lane right now. He's going to lock that one in. And we'll see what Suning want to do about that one. Because Renekton is still open, and Renekton has very much been the go-to in terms of trying to beat this Volibear up in the top lane. But also, it's Bin's most played top laner of the split anyway.
Yeah, and moving on, a lot of Angel's champions actually don't do too well in the Karma, so I would love to see him actually pick up this Orianna. He hasn't played Orianna this split yet. Obviously, you have some sort of ball delivery system in there with the Leona, and obviously also going to be able to help just buff up SofM and huanfeng in their own roles to be big carries for this team.
Yeah, trying to
enable, that's the word.
Enable. That is a word. That is a word. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Orianna very much this utility mid-pick. We don't see the Renekton that I was talking about. Instead, we see Jax from Bin in the top lane. Which is a bit of a weird one, but we have talked about it in the past where these dodge abilities like the Jax, like the Shen, can do very well into Volibear.
Yeah, these are ones that talking to pros like the Whispers have been, oh, Jax is, fine early on, you'll face some pressure, but very quickly you will become something that can deal with the Volibear. And if they did go for the Shen on the side of eStar, that is a Xiaobai special. Would also signal they're willing to play more towards topside, but no, instead they're going to go for the Morgana. And their comp is... So they're really just going to try to hard play through bot lane.
This is Xiaoxi's 11th individual pick so far this split. 11 picks. We're only halfway through the split, and already he's got a champion ocean down in that bottom side. We know how great he is with skill shots, and he's going to be doing fine on the black shields as well. So a lot of protection here coming out from Xiaobai, and a lot of eggs in the wink basket from the side of eStar.
Yeah, eStar's comp is actually really interesting because... So you're going to play hard for getting those turret plate spot sides since you do have a range support. Also going to be very hard for SwordArt to go in on you. But it works in a kind of like a siege comp in a sense, since you also do have that karma in the mid lane to where you can just group up in front of turrets and throw down all your abilities. But obviously it's going to be a lot more about buffing up your Volibear to run in. You have the Enchanted Crystal Arrow in there as well. So still a bit of a team fight composition.
We'll have to see. And I mean, Suning, the team fight compositions are their lifeblood, right? This is what they draft almost every single time. This is the kind of style that they have opted into, and it's been looking great so far for them this split. And they're very much a favorite coming into this series. My big questions are all about eStar, are all about the proactivity that we may or may not see from eStar. But with this kind of composition, with a Karma in the mid lane, we could see a lot of plays around this bottom side of the map.
I mean, this is how we always see eStar play, right? To where Fenfen's on some non-interactive laning champion that can just pretty much instantly clear the wave, allow for a way to make these aggressive plays either on the enemy buff, but typically towards the bottom side looking for these dives, and eStar trying to snowball an advantage through there.
It's how they found themselves success back in spring, was diving in that bottom lane, making plays on the bottom half of the map, and eStar drafting the way that they regularly have in the past. And we'll see if it can finally start working for them this split. The synergy doesn't feel like it's been there so far in summer, but I'm hoping that we can see some glimpses of it at least here in this series.
Yeah, and obviously on the side of Suning, we have a lot more of this like 1-4 composition to where Jax just wants to be in a side lane all game, bullying out Xiaobai, taking turrets on his own. And even Suning's core 4 is extremely strong. But actually, we have seen Suning go with Bin on the Jax, first buying a black cleaver, if I remember, and playing more of a team fight build. Oh, it was against DMO. I remember Mitsuki clearing the ward.
Clearing the ward?
Oh my god. You didn't see that play? Oh god, it was something else.
Oh, I definitely watched that series, but I don't distinctly remember a ward. But there you go.
I mean,
my memory isn't fantastic anyway.
I hope all of you can just remember that play for me saying Mitsuki clearing the ward, because that was a big tilter.
I'll take your word for it on that one. But eStar looking to make moves to start this one off. They're going to find themselves the Suning red buff here. In the meantime, SofM going to know all of this is going on. There are wards available, or at least huanfeng has been able to spot it out anyway. SofM starting on his blue buff should be able to hopefully at least answer and take the red buff away.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see them trade sides, because I've said this before, it typically signals that a team can be trying to set up for a very early bot dive, especially when they also have mid priority from the Karma. And hey, if you can dive bot at level 2, Leona, Ezreal, Leona's not going to be all that tanky. It's going to be hard for Ezreal to escape. And they are already building up a wave. So bot dive can be a potential play we're about to see.
And you know what? When I think of eStar in spring, diving bot early was exactly the kind of play that we'd see out of them. Top it just goes wide there. It's Fenfen going to drop a ward in his own jungle, because he knows SofM is probably going to want to move in there. But for now, Wei going to return to his own side of the map and go for the blue buff.
Yeah, interesting to see. And SofM definitely going to go invade the top side of Wei's jungle. So for the side of Suning, you don't actually need too much to happen early on in this game, right? You don't need to be too proactive. You have the Ezreal, you have the Orianna, you have a Jax. Pretty much all of your champions are scaling champions that want to play more in the late game.
I'm honestly excited as well to see this Orianna from Angel, because when we think of Suning, Angel has... Hang on, I don't have time to talk about Angel right now. Or maybe I do, because SofM, you smooth criminal, you slides out of the play. Xiaobai will find him, but he knows he can't start this fight.
And eStar actually going complete opposite of what we usually see them with those bot side plays, just going and making sure SofM can't completely counter jungle his top side. We also had Xiaobai following in as well, but like you said, SofM quite smooth with those moves to get away.
Now we've got a bit of a weird one as well, because SofM already on this topside scuttle. In fact, he's going to go for a topside gank as well. Xiaobai could be in trouble here.
Yeah, does look like he's at least going to have to blow his flash.
Sky Splitter, they wait until Xiaobai commits to the play. Still has his flash available, will be slowed by the red buff, but SofM has easily enough damage to finish this one off. One more auto, and first blood for Suning.
Yeah, and overall, Xiaobai in a really rough position, right? Because Bin had already crashed a wave into his turret, so it's already pushing back. He would have needed cover from Wei to guarantee that he could safely push out that wave.
Really nicely done here from Suning and from specifically SofM. And, you know, you were saying before the game, SofM is one of the players on this team that sometimes looks amazing, sometimes leaves something to be desired.
Oh, God, and we're going for round 2.
Oh, no. Poor Xiaobai.
Where's SofM, though?
He's just chilling.
I think he's waiting for Wei, actually. I think he's expecting Wei to come topside, but...
Well, he's just seen him on a ward, so he knows that's not happening. And, in fact, SofM recalls. He's not interested in the repeat game.
But for the side of eStar, this is what we expected, right? We said, hey, they're picking Morgana in the bot lane. They're just playing 4 plates and then to snowball this advantage around the map. It's kind of like a pseudo Caitlyn Morgana in a sense, right? You're setting up the siege. You have ultimate eventually if you want to play more aggressively around this for dives, and then just rotating that duo around the map while continuously snowballing neutral objectives.
SofM now moves towards the bottom side of the map himself, and we've got an Infernal Drake to start things off. And obviously Wei will have an advantage when it comes to smiting, just on the fact that he's a Lee Sin, and he has had control of the bottom side of the map so far. SofM moving up to that top half once again.
But kind of going back to what we just saw, this is why I don't like seeing Ezreal, especially pick into the Ashe. Like, you opted into this matchup, sure, eStar did have counter pick for bot lane, but even more reason where I am kind of surprised by the Graves takeaway for the side of Suning. We see how much CS huanfeng is down. It's about 20 CS right now. And eStar's bot lane also already has 2 plates.
Yeah, it's not a good way to start things off. And with this huge priority that you're talking about in that bottom lane, it means that Wei is pretty safe to just walk up to this dragon, start things off if he really wants to. Drops a control ward. And instead going to move into the jungle.
Realistically, both teams can just commit to their strong sides of the map, right? Because we've seen Suning are stronger on top side, so SofM can just stay up here. eStar have much more wave clear mid and much stronger bot lane. So we could just commit to this trade side until first turrets eventually go down. And eStar probably could pick up that bot lane turret pretty soon.
Certainly could see that after the dragon here. I like this from Wei as well. Moves into the jungle, clears any wards first. Takes the blast cone as well. Just make sure this is as safe as possible.
But on the opposite side of the map, we see Xiaobai pinging for assistance because SofM is hovering, but Fenfen covering. So right now, eStar putting pressure on both sides of the map.
Fenfen wants to try and make something happen here, or at least try and protect his top laner. In the meantime, SofM takes the Crux and realizes there's not a whole lot more he can do about that one. Let's bear in mind, Graves and Lee Sin don't typically go even on farm.
No, Graves definitely more of the, right, you have a faster clear, you're trying to get ahead through a CS advantage, but we need to remember that he also has the more losing matchups, right? His mid gets pushed in, his bot is clearly a hard losing matchup. You're not really going to be able to take advantage of this Graves pick in that way.
This is really rough for huanfeng. It's so difficult to farm against this level of poke, and he might even have to go back to base here. Should be able to soak the next wave, hopefully, but maybe they find a play instead. SofM steps forward.
I'm surprised they didn't actually wait for him to commit more.
I think basically deciding they don't actually want to fight this, but I could be wrong, because that's a lot of damage onto Wei out of SofM. Both junglers have Smite available here. In fact, Wei doesn't right now. They're just buying time. In goes SwordArt onto the play. Shockwave across the team. Look at that out of Suning. What a way to start things off.
And Suning making the counterplay, pretty much baiting that out, right? We kept saying, what do they want to do? They don't want to fight. SwordArt goes in. Great Shockwave coming out from Angel. And this is not the team that should be winning early skirmishes on bot side.
That was, I mean, that wasn't even a skirmish. That was just eStar getting completely one-shot as a whole team. Angel, perfect roam, moves down, just annihilates them.
Well, Munchables, it was a 4v4 or 3v3 that qualifies as a skirmish.
I don't know if it does if the other team dies before they can fight back. That counts as eradication in my book.
Oh, God.
Oh, Wei got that. What a Q. Nice.
So we are seeing, I was going to say jungle difference, but after the fact that he just got annihilated
yeah,
on the red buff invade.
It's 1-0-2 against 0-1-0.
And all he did was steal a small raptor, so...
It was a big raptor.
Oh, it was the big raptor? Okay, so...
That's 42 gold.
So jungle difference.
Well, Wei's done it. He's won him the series. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Close it all up. We're done here.
Oh, and looks like he's actually starting Herald. He might be just killing a ward. Yep. Suning did have a... No, he's actually starting the Herald, so... Pretty
jungle difference, boys and girls. Wei starts this one up.
I don't know if this is the play to make. Bin is on his way up. Bin is definitely stronger than Xiaobai at this point.
Angel doesn't have Shockwave right now, though. That'll be up in maybe 20 seconds or so. Bit of damage onto Wei. They're going to force everyone out, and it's Xiaobai that's in trouble here. Good ult to get a stun from Wink, but it's not quite going to... I mean, it keeps the top laner alive. Oh, and in he goes Wei. Jungle difference after all. Look at that.
Yeah, just great play coming in. Amazing smite coming out from Wei. Looked like Suning should have been the ones to guarantee it, but still, they did have more members on the play, so we're able to scare Suning just a little bit. And great arrow from Wink, too. It looked like it saved Xiaobai, but maybe he still would have been able to get away.
You know what? Whether he could have got away or not, I'll take it. Wink gets the credit for that one. Good job, Wink. Nice Ashe arrow. After the last series, I'm good with seeing some good Ashe arrows.
Me too, so you're right. Great job to Wink. Still.
Uh-oh, maybe not, because Wink is going to go down here. Angel gets himself a kill. Greedy recall. Good Ashe arrow, greedy recall.
You know, I'm taking back the praise. Terrible Ashe arrow, deserved death.
Worst AD carry in the league. No, that's obviously not true. I am, of course, joking, ladies and gentlemen. But a little bit greedy on the recall, and he's going to be punished for it.
This is a non-judgmental broadcast. We don't call players bad here. We are not negative broadcasters.
Are we not? This is a positive gaming experience. Is that where we're going with this?
Yes, but what is not positive is the gold score, which is actually in Suning's favor, which kind of surprises me with the fact that eStar are actually the ones who are heavily winning out in plates. They have 3 plate spot and 1 plate mid, compared to Suning's 1 plate top side.
But when we look at the CS across the board, it's kind of even with a huge CS lead in the top lane. Obviously, that's evened out in the bottom lane, but then another CS lead in the mid lane as well.
Yeah, so Suning definitely understandably far ahead.
Uh-oh. huanfeng does have the cleanse, so he'll get away with his life. Has to use the flash as well. Not ideal for him, but ultimately, against this lane, he's going to continue to be bullied out on the bottom side.
This has been a mistake we've seen from huanfeng many times, actually, where it's actually happened on the Ezreal, where he's left alone in lane, walks a bit too far forward, takes a greedy path, and is forced to blow both summoners right away.
What happened to huanfeng there? I think that was a minion plus the Orianna ball kind of just ruined his pathing a little bit, but Angel just going to continue to bully. And that's exactly what you'd expect in this matchup. Like, the strength of Karma is that wave clear, but ultimately Orianna can easily match it. Arrow goes up, misses everyone. So that's going to mean that no play comes of this one. But eStar once again to start the dragon here.
And we do have Xiaobai roaming straight from base, so Bin will have to...
Hang on, we got to catch onto SwordArt here. Has his flash, but no chance to use it. Kill goes the way away.
Extremely decisive coming out from into noticing that split second, I need to flash kick, throw out the Sonic Wave, secure the kill. And now they'll be able to turn on the dragon.
Beautifully done here by eStar, finding themselves finally a kill and an advantage here as they can move in on towards this dragon. In the meantime, Bin is happy. He's on Jax. He's like, all right, I'll just take 19 turret plates. No worries, guys. This is literally my comfort zone.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he has Triforce on base at this point. Has just been farming freely, has gotten a few more plates in topside. I'm actually surprised Suning are posturing for this. I guess SwordArt is back on the map. Both top laners have TP, so this can become a 5v5 really quick.
I'm sort of hoping it will. One thing I do just want to quickly mention, if we do have a fight coming up. Hang on, Angel's in trouble here. Root comes through. There's a bind. There's everything. Goodbye, Angel. And another kill for Wei. Wei is looking good this game.
Wei has been the best performing player on eStar. Pretty much the whole split has still been, I'd say, in our conversation for one of our better junglers in the LPL.
Fenfen going to grab a ton of gold for those plates as well. Bear in mind it was Fenfen that picked up the Herald in the first place, so doesn't have to share a lot of that gold. Now on towards the dragon for the side of eStar. And realistically, with Angel not available, this is easily going to go the way of eStar.
And Munch, I am putting my Fs in chat because once again, our first 2 Drakes are Ocean and Infernal.
It's not pretty, is it? We'll see where we roll.
Mountain.
It's a Cloud Drake. There we have it. Meaningless neutrals for the rest of the game, boys and girls.
Yes, they are.
Well,
But
they're not meaningless.
they're not mean. Like, we definitely are over dramatic.
Alt
in that
CDR
sense,
is nice.
Right? Like,
it's just the soul sucks.
yeah. I mean, the good thing is you still, if you're that winning team, want to try to get to that point where you can even get Elder and then just take the game from there. So it's not meaningless. We're definitely a bit over dramatic with that one. But who doesn't want more blood, especially with an Infernal Soul? But speaking of more blood, Bin now extremely strong, can probably 1v1 Xiaobai at any point, has picked up the Triforce, and another Ashe ult whips today.
I regret complimenting Winks Ashe. He got one good one at the start. It's not been good since. And Bin's in a 1v2 right now. Kicked back, flashes away, but it's followed by Wei. The Leap Strike, though, might just mean he's going to be okay on this one. Still doesn't have his flash available. Dodges the Shockwave.
Was that a dodge?
Shockwave?
No, not Shockwave.
Sonic Wave.
But wasn't really a dodge. He was kind of running straight forward, and it looks like Wei predicted that Bin would dodge upwards.
He overestimated his opponent.
That happens a lot, actually.
Amateur hour here. Maybe jungle diff goes the other way. Maybe it's SofM after all. Wei going to go onto a blue buff here. I think he still gets credit for best jungler right now. But SofM moving into the bottom side of the map. It looks like Suning maybe want to try and grab this bottom town.
Yeah, which is actually quite surprising. I guess it's because Wei showed on the top half of the map, but we've seen all game long that eStar bot lane are the ones with pressure. And Fenfen does have TP to join in a play if Suning do over-aggress. Xiaobai as well.
Yeah, they decide to back away from this one, and it's just going to be trying to find something, and they will find it onto Wei here. The combo is beautiful, and Wei goes down. Collateral damage just as a cherry on top there. Fenfen almost fell himself.
And let's remember that Suning are not the teams that need to make an aggressive play, and that was more of them abusing the fact that Wei showed on topside, right? Wei showed on topside, it gave Suning a window to create a play bot. Fenfen's probably dead.
Yeah, I don't know about this TP Fenfen. There's a whole squad here. He's going to go down on this one. It's a double TP. They're both going to die. Xiaobai can't survive underneath the tower. Fenfen actually gets away. No, flash for the auto from Angel, and now he's as well forces a team. He's got himself a ghost. He's got himself Scuttle Crab. Xiaoxi's going to fall. Another one for Angel. 4, 1, and 3 already.
Suning literally just tried to make a play for 1 kill onto Wei. And it suddenly became 4 kills with Fenfen TPing in. Xiaobai also TPing in, and Xiaoxi walking forward and be like, well, guys, let's give them a 4-for-1 special.
And, like, let's just take a second here. Hang on. It's Wink in trouble as well now. He's trying to get onto huanfeng before he goes down, but Angel's there with the shield. Saves his AD carry. Gets himself 5, and this is why Angel is praised on Suning.
2 weeks in a row, we've run segments highlighting Angel. In this game, he is showing why. Looking phenomenal on this Orianna. Overall, the shot calling of Suning being really on point this game. The early play on the red buff, anticipating that, counteracting that. This last play we saw where, again, Wei showed on top side. They try to set up bot. Doesn't work out. They still catch Wei in transition. And again, all of this is stemming from that first pick they just made on Wei. We see Fenfen TPing in. He's pretty much guaranteed to die. Does buy a lot of time. Xiaobai comes in as well. You're still left in between Bin and SofM, so he goes down right away. Xiaoxi trying to save his mid laner. Angel has flash, so guess what? You're dead, and now at this point, Xiaoxi's pretty much guaranteed dead.
This was like, oh, hang on. We got yet another fight here. SwordArt trying to make things happen, but Xiaoxi just going to bind him up. Maybe we don't have a fight here. That was like a cake. What? Angel, come on, man.
Oh,
you're better than this. Oh, he's going to get kicked back. Angel's in trouble for once. He's going to get bound, but actually finds a kill onto Wei before he even goes down. This is what I expected from the first series. This is exactly what I didn't expect from the second one here. Now Xiaoxi's down. SofM being aggressive on the Graves. This is what I love to see.
Guys, we have the scaling comp with a 5k gold lead. And again, this isn't just like a sort of scaling comp, right? We have an Orianna, we have a Jax, we have an Ezreal, a Graves.
Yeah.
All of these champions definitely doing better the later the game goes on. So
that was a weird placement of the Herald, but you know what? Bin still gets it. He's happy with that one. And let's just take a minute to appreciate the fact that Bin is on a scaling pick, but because of the lane matchup, he is so far ahead right now. Almost 80 CS ahead of Xiaobai. in the meantime, like, that CS lead was kind of matched in the bottom lane, but ultimately, Ashe is not going to do as much in a game as a Jax.
Also, right, we do remember SofM giving him that first gank, and
yeah,
honestly, could have even came around for a second gank had he wanted, but instead opting just get a faster recall to go towards bot side.
And like this is all before we even take Angel into account. He's got a Spellbinder as well as his GLP, as well as boots already. He's 6-4 and 2, 6-2 and 4. I can't count. And he's looking for a kill. Xiaobai just about gets away with his ult there.
Yep, ult for ult.
Hey, we've seen Angel with a million shockwaves already this game. He's got Cloud Drakes to work with.
Oh!
huanfeng dodges the arrow.
You know,
we've got 1 out of 5 so far for Wing.
I don't think we need to criticize that one, though. Because, right, that one was actually a dodge coming out from huanfeng. That was
to
not...
predict the E, or else. That's my expectation,
oh, God.
okay?
The elitist LPL casting team.
Look, I'm not saying I could have done it better. I'm just saying I couldn't have done it better.
And away now. We said jungle difference early on, but Angel now forcing him off his drugs.
I mean, this does feel like the map kind of fell apart around Wei in a lot of situations.
Wei did his best this game.
I don't know if we can really blame any of this on Wei. And he got a great kick onto Angel. It's just like Angel is so far ahead that even when he gets a kick onto Angel, the follow-up from eStar isn't enough, and Angel can turn the damage around before he goes down.
I also want to say, there's a lot of games I look at and I say, okay, there's some like obvious mistake that lost this game, but this game felt like better play from Suning rather than bigger missteps from eStar, right? Because this all started to go in Suning's favor, starting from that play around red buff, where Suning just anticipated well, read it well, and had confidence that they could burst out the members of eStar, and they coordinated it beautifully.
I completely agree. Like, Suning have looked fantastic in this game. And, like, I mean, when you look at the standings, this is the result that you should expect, right? Yes. Suning are absolutely the favorite coming into the series. eStar have had a really rough split so far. The biggest thing from the side of eStar that I wanted to see in this series was proactivity, trying to make plays around the map, trying to find themselves a lead and just snowball. And we saw a little bit of that proactivity, but I feel like they could have gone more aggressive in the bottom side.
For the side of...
I don't know if they could fight him, dude.
I don't think they could
either. I feel like he could just 2v1 though.
For the side of eStar playing around bot, though, when you draft the Morgana, it's not necessarily about finding those ganks. You could potentially set up a dive early on like we set up, but as the game goes on... I'm going to slow down. As the game goes on, it gets harder.
Oh, hang on. God damn it.
I keep expecting something to happen, but... Overall, eStar just not in a good position to go forward. 7K gold lead for the side of Suning, so...
Look at the top diff. 4,000 gold in favor of Bin. He's on Jax. Jax is not meant to be ahead at 20 minutes by 4,000 gold.
Yeah, this is just big team difference coming in here. And, you know, I don't want to recount the game because it feels like something's going to happen any moment. Like, both teams are posturing really aggressively. Suning and Florist are going to be able to take this turret. Actually, Suning can probably take both turrets.
Yeah, Suning are just so far ahead right now. They're 7,000 gold ahead. Like, there is no way that eStar can realistically fight them at this point in the game, unless they can find some kind of pick. Like, let's bear in mind, there is massive pick potential on the side of eStar.
But let's also keep in mind the fact that typically a pick when you're behind, not typically, when you're behind, you're relying on the enemy to make a mistake.
Pulling the trigger on, trying to find a pick onto Xiaobai, who is built full tank, so not going to be able to find the kill there.
I thought that was really interesting, the fact that they looked for that pick without having to commit. They just used a bunch of long-range tools. And with how far ahead they are, I could see them like wanting to just take a guess, like, hey, do we have the damage to do this? They actually got pretty close. It was like 40% HP.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess when you word it like that, it's like, look, hey, maybe we get it, maybe we don't. If we don't, nothing happens.
Nothing happens, right?
If we do, great, we got a pick. Let's find something on the map.
And there's no objective that's up right now, so you're going to have time for your ultimates to come up anyway. I mean, heck, we look at it, almost all of their ultimates are already back up.
And you know what? When we look at the bottom lane, that was the big advantage for eStar to start things off. They're looking for another advantage as SofM will get stunned, but Xiaobai took a huge chunk for that one. Flash from SofM followed by Wei. They find themselves a pick. Kick on SwordArt as well. But Bin's arriving and so is Angel. Winks in trouble here and Bin just obliterates Xiaobai. There's a stun onto the AD carry. In goes Bin to try and finish him off. Can't quite get him though. In comes huanfeng from the side. Shockwave onto 3 of them. Suning just about pulling this fight off. And you know what? If they weren't so far ahead, this could have been eStar's, but that Jax is huge.
I mean, we got super excited because Wei making great mechanical plays at first, hitting the Sonic Wave, going in with the great ultimate. We're like, okay, this is exciting. Where's it going? Suddenly, Jax TP's in. We see how much one of his W's do, and it's like, okay, well, it's suiting time, baby.
It was good while it lasted. But you know what? The bottom lane, where the big advantage was for eStar, it's now even when it comes to items. Ezreal's hit his power spike, so all of the early game woes for Suning have been forgotten at this point.
And we see them going in, trying to find a pick on SofM. We said typically Suning needs to make a mistake if they're going to find a pick. Beautiful mechanics coming out from Wei to secure this. But still, once the rest of the members of Suning come in, like Bin here jumping forward, just look how much his W did to Xiaobai. Is now going to jump forward onto Wink. Pretty much kills him in one hit. We see here to where Wink actually almost wins out this duel against huanfeng, because huanfeng looks like he missed 2 Qs, but, you know, when you're like 7k gold ahead, you just need to auto. You're going to come out ahead anyway.
And realistically, it was not a very fair 1v1. Wink started that 1v1 on about 500 HP, so...
Yes, he did. He was, he should have been dead to Bin. Did flash away and then get a huge shield, so survived on, like you said, just a little bit of HP.
And Ezreal is very much one of those champions where it's like, if you can hit the Qs, sometimes it feels almost OP. But if you miss those Qs, unless you're really fed, you don't really feel like much of an AD carry, honestly. And we saw that in that 1v1. But ultimately, the Baron now went the way of Suning off the back of that fight. They get to pressure in all 3 lanes if they want to, but they can just commit to 2 back.
Munchables confirming that if you hit your abilities, you do damage.
That's true, and that's a perfect example of it. Xiaobai nearly goes down. Bin looking for a stun, only finds 1. He's actually kicked back, but he's fine. He's got a shield, and he walks on out of there.
And they secure the bot lane turret, and eStar walking forward so aggressively.
Yeah, I don't know if they can, though. Wink. Never mind. It's Fenfen that goes down, and this is all but over already. SwordArt is so damn tanky. Onto the inhibitor once more. They got a couple of picks on the solo laners, and they get out with an inhib.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they're just playing through 1 to 2 lanes like you'd already pointed out, because no reason to commit to 3 when you're just giving eStar an opportunity to potentially 5-man your core and then find a way back into this game.
TP actually being committed here from Angel, so he could get back to base, reset, buy some items. He's got a Void Staff now, in case he wasn't strong enough. Now your MR doesn't matter. And, well, Suning get to just push this one through. If they can find a second inhib here, I think that might just be everything. Wink gets 1 shot! Collateral damage! This is what you were talking about, the long-range damage from Suning. Xiaobai trying to get onto Angel. He flashes to safety, though. SwordArt looks away. He's gone after the gold, and you just know it. Another kill for Angel. And Xiaobai, and Fenfen all zoned by Angel.
And this game was as dominant as could be from Suning.
Angel maybe overstepped slightly there, but you know what? They don't care. This one's over. 19-5, and this Lion can roar. Suning destroy eStar in game 1.